Okay, the earth and the soul are soil mates. That's what one of the teachings is. And so the connection between dreams and seeds are that. Did I answer it?
Yeah.
Here, tell me what I said.
I think I need a little bit more. Like,
okay,
you said the connection between dreams and seeds. I mean, I understand your point is to, you know, that we're all, by being in touch with nature, we're being in touch with kind of ourselves and that type of thing. And I understand that from farming and things like that. But, yeah, the connection between seeds and dreams.
Okay, well, seeds are metaphorically, seeds are dreams. Like Thoreau, he said, if I plant a seed, I'm prepared to expect miracles. Okay? Because seeds are profoundly powerful. That's why we have to keep our seeds and keep the integrity of our seeds. And we have to keep the diversity of our seeds. Like Wild Willow Farm, they're having a seed swap over there. The easiest way to break humanity down, you see, like, how many people have ever heard of Bill? You know, you know, the head of Microsoft?
Bill Gates?
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
What they're doing right now is they've got a vault in Iceland where they are collecting all the heirloom seeds. At the same time, he's spending billions of dollars in Africa to promote genetically engineered foods. What's going on there? See, they know. And do you know that the president basically only eats organic food? And Bush in the White House only ate organic food? They know what's going on. And when I say organic, when I say be an organic uprising, be in sync with the beat, I'm saying if you get in touch with the beat of nature, and the easiest way to get in touch with your dream and get in touch with this metaphor is actually grow a beat. Like, for instance, on my blog, I write every day on the Plant Your Dream blog, and this beet growing in the pot, I call that Keep the Beat Media Star, the world's first talking beet plant. And that's like a character that's going for children to Hollywood, and it's a cartoon character. But the story was, years ago, in the story of Keep the Beat was lonely in the field because everybody left the garden. See you. Did you enjoy the food?
Yes.
Okay. Be well. Thank you. So Keep the Beat was lonely in the farm field, and she said, "Hey, I'm getting out of here. Who talks to plants?" So she found me because I talk to plants. So I'm her chauffeur, and that's a cartoon that's going to Hollywood. So Keep the Beat. Learn to talk to your plants, learn to talk to your beats, and they will root for your dreams. Plants are here to root for your dreams. Does that make any sense? They are. Plants are part of nature's reminders. There are thousands of diverse plants. That's the indigenous wisdom. And so we need to have a direct connection with our plants and our growing food, and then you will be in touch with your dream. Your dreams will come true the more things you do in sync with the beat of nature and turn the beat around in your own life. Does that make sense? Does anybody else have any questions about this?
I have an interesting thing to say about the beet. Actually, I know a farmer in
Here,
Hawaii
come a little closer here.
that has actually removed all the DDT and the pesticides from the sugarcane farming and created an organic farm through the use of beets. The beets actually remove the pesticides within a year from the land, pulling it out through the roots. And then you can't eat those beets, but there's no other way to purify a piece of land that quickly other than using beets.
Wow, that's something I want to remember.
Yeah, I found it really fascinating just because I have a piece of land in Hawaii and it was used as sugarcane land, and I mean, I worked my way around it, composting very slowly to bring it back to life, but being able to bring a large piece back to life just by using another plant would be ideal.
Well,
I haven't gone to that.
That's fantastic. Who else is growing food here? Anybody else is growing any food? Can I ask, what do you do every day?
What I do every day?
Yeah.
I go to school.
Where?
At Point Loma at Nazarene University.
I love that school.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was there for the Christmas fair.
Oh,
They have the greatest students there, and it's the most beautiful campus.
It is beautiful.
And so you go to school there?
I live on campus,
Yeah,
so I don't have much control over.
yeah. But they do have a garden there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. I love that school. In my own philosophy, I like to pray to God in as many different ways as possible, because it's a good exercise. That's my personal philosophy. But of course, I like to pray with people who all love the earth. We love the squash. Yeah, let's give a hand for Kara. She grew the squash.
I didn't grow this squash.
You knew the farmer who grew the squash. Tell us how you watered. Here, come on up. Come sit.
I'm sitting right here.
Okay, tell us a story about Barry and how you loved Barry and how this, because we were all eating the dessert, and tell how you loved Barry and the energy of the squash, and then what you were putting into it. Tell about that.
Well, La Milpa, raise your hand if you went to La Milpa. Anybody here? Wow. La Milpa Organica was our most cherished gem of an organic farm in Escondido, just right parallel to the 15. And for 7 years, San Diegans came together on the third Saturday of every month. And there was a great stone hearth oven outside under a coastal oak grove. And so we'd gather, and Barry and the other apprentices and Mel with Roots, they would bake pizzas for the community all night long. And so the community would bring, of course, locally grown organic other food, and we'd share in potluck, and we'd have music, and kids would be running around, and there'd be a movie at dusk, and it just really felt like, I think what we all ultimately want is that connection to each other and to the land, and to have that experience here in San Diego, because it's really easy to fall into thinking that San Diego is like Southern California and what's perpetuated as successful, and it's easy to not realize that what we're looking for is here in San Diego. There is this local, organic, healthy, vibrant community that exists. And so Barry was really the ringleader, and definitely more farmer. I call him a philoso-farmer, more philosopher than farmer. And so for him it was just like a commercial-free, like, let's just come together and not worry about our money or having to buy anything or spend anything, and just really remember how to be together. So I actually just had some contact with Barry just very recently, so like this past weekend. Yeah, and he's still really sad and brokenhearted about having to stepped away from La Milpa. Basically, the federal government came in. La Milpa was getting a lot of attention in our region, and the potlucks were becoming, I mean, there were hundreds of people that were coming out to the farm every month. Amazing piece of land. And so it attracted a bit of attention, and if you know anything about organic farms, you know that it's illegal for volunteers to work on the land as volunteers. And the thing about organic farming is it's extremely labor intensive. I mean, you're pulling weeds, right? You gotta pull weeds, you gotta pull weeds. And so most micro farmers cannot afford to pay their apprentices or to pay other farmers to do that work. So we need to be able to rely on volunteers, on the community to do that work, and those were some of the issues that came up with La Milpa, unfortunately. And there was something else I wanted to say about that.
Why is it illegal for people to volunteer? That doesn't make
Because it's a for-profit business. So currently at the legislative level, there is no distinguishment between these huge, gigantic agro industries of like hundreds of acres, and it's all robotic and machine-aided. And there's no differentiating between that and what we call micro farms. So these small, just locally grown, people-powered farms.
So what we're going to do is, and then Kara took the last squash and made it into a beautiful dessert. Give a feedback. Tell how you like to give her some love back. How was the squash?
Delicious. I can taste the good intentions.
Wonderful, thank you.
Tell Kara how you like the dessert.
I agree with what he said. Amazing.
All right, how about you? Give some people. Wonderful? Okay, see, that's what the chef gets. The chef needs to get the love back for all the work so they can keep going. See, that's part of nature's technology. We want to keep the circle going. So what I think we'll do now, Kara, what we did is we all planted our alfalfa
Oh, beautiful.
in a garden, so you have to plant your dream.
Sure.
And so let's talk about the tipping point. What I'd like to do is, I promised that I was going to send Michelle Obama a few feedbacks in front of the California endowment sign that they gave. So let's, who could give, what I'd like to do for the rest of the time is let's do a couple of that, and then we can help load up the Enchanted Gardenmobile. That'll be a little cooperative adventure of getting the car back. And okay, so I want to stay in touch. I want to invite you all to my the Enchanted Garden on the 8th. We want to start building our community, and I think the tipping point idea is we all need to turn our lawns into food growing areas, because we have to start making sure that we're taking care of each other and one another. Go home and stay in touch and start growing the seeds and regaining your beat with nature. Look there, how's that for the tipping point? It tipped over. Here, come stand and tell us.
You're being good one.
Okay, let's move. Yeah, give a message for, give a message about food justice for the president and his wife.
I was using soil.
Community involvement in
It wasn't molding one. That's why I always had a problem doing wheatgrass. Like, just because like the base was, and my friend's like, oh, you gotta get a really pure soil.
All right, that's fantastic. And your name?
Yeah.
Okay, keep up the good work. Thank you. Who else has got a comment? What's your comment? Come on over.
Oh, that's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let someone else go.
All right. Can I have one more comment from our members of the community here? Who else could come over to the sign and say one more comment? We got one? Okay, that's enough. Okay, let's can I get some Okay, can I get some help? Let's put the stuff back in let's see. Okay. Could we put okay, let's put the sign back in the back. Okay.